please welcome to the stage Alex Patak and Jeremy Kaplowitz, the Quorators.
Quorators.
What's up?
What's up?
Oh, I could have pulled this away.
Oh,
Look at that. I could play it again.
run it back. Call us back on stage. We're going to do it again without the text box up.
How are you guys? Thanks for coming out.
How's everybody doing tonight? Sometimes you look out at a crowd and you say, I don't know if they're ready to watch a live podcast. You are not one of those crowds. If you don't know the show, I'm Alex and that's Jeremy. Every week, yeah, that's right. Every week we go on Quora and we read questions. We go, that's stupid. And that's what's about to happen here for a full hour.
I was looking last night for Quora questions on Twitter, x.com, and I just searched like Quora filter images latest or whatever, and I got fucking trapped by this guy named Alan Quora who was all over this shit and exclusively posts pictures of his penis in a little cage. So I did not save those, so we don't have those.
When you say in a little cage,
It was covering like half of his dick and it wasn't that big.
like a steel cage?
I don't know,
Like a
man.
bird cage? That should have been the show. That's
Free
all.
Alan Quora.
Alan Quora. That's not a good chanting name. Forget about that. Well, we have a whole wonderful show for you here tonight, and we have
That's
a very
right.
special guest as well.
That's right.
Flying all the way in from Chicago. You may know this man. He's all around the internet. He's all around New York City, the city of
It's
laughs.
Alan Quora.
Just kidding, it's Al Corrigan. He's a host of a little show called Chapo Trap House. We're very excited to have him. Please welcome to the stage the one and only Will Menaker, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for Will. Go on out.
Hello.
Will, what is up?
Happy to be here, you know.
Oh, you
a
don't
lo-
want to sit next to me?
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm just going to... Sorry.
You're going to be very close to this. Some Quoras may be frightening. I'm
know-
going to need someone to hold.
It's good to be back in New York. You know, like, being alive is a condition that plagues you with so many questions. Like,
That's right.
who am I? What am I doing here? What happens after you die? How long can I keep my dick in a steel cage before it falls off? And what I love about Quora is that it answers all of these questions
That's right.
definitively.
And again, anybody who wants to hear more about the penis cage, it's not coming up. Forget we ever said it. We're running a very tight ship here today. We have to go right into the show. So long-term fans will, of course, know that we don't go right into the questions because that can be jarring and can actually kill many people at certain speeds. So we like to start with a kind of tips or advice segment. How many of you know the show and know the tip segment?
Okay, great. We do three kinds of tips on this show. We do tips for men, we do tips for women, and we do tips for non-binary people. And we're going to give you the choice. So, Alex, do you want to...
Yeah, if you would like to hear some tips for men right now, let me hear a woo-woo.
Not a lot of support for the men.
Nobody wants that.
Men don't need any advice. We got it all figured out.
Very confident. That was a
Yeah.
trick. Up next, anybody who wants to hear tips for women, let me hear a okay. Okay. We're getting a little bit bigger there. And then the last we have tips for non-binary people, tips for them. Let me hear a ow.
No, I think it's women.
Women have got it.
Wow.
If you're a woman and you're listening to the show right now, congratulations.
Yeah, it's her time to get advice from us.
Let's start the segment. Tips for women.
It's a little quiet, and it really does feel like a whisper.
Yeah, that should be at least 10 times that volume.
Do you have any tips for women, Alex? I haven't thought about it at all. I completely forgot.
Yeah, I think for women, specifically when playing basketball, there's a rule where if you stop dribbling, you can still pivot on the same foot. I believe this is called the Euro step. Is that correct? I hear a yes resoundingly from the audience. So my tip is to try the Euro step. Will, do you have any tips for women?
Yeah, I mean, like pivoting off the Euro step, I would say when gambling on sports, try to find a reputable source of sports tips and information. Watch a lot of ESPN and just get the right information before gambling on sports.
Sure, that's good. I'm gonna say, like, if we're gonna keep it with sports, you want to call the basketball the Rock a lot. I think that will make you better.
Yes, that was mine actually. Give it back.
I'll feed you. Okay.
Pass the Rock.
And women, you got to do that.
We're all having fun here tonight, folks.
I forgot to hide all of your little bookmarks up here, Alex. Best anime movies.
Don't look at those.
Easy manga.
Easy manga.
Not my best anime movies. That will rank them from 1 to maybe 20.
Wait.
Just
Legend, a Dragon Ball tale, fulfilled.
Don't click
just another quick tip for the ladies out there. The best anime movie, that's the Ghost in the Shell by Mamoru Oshii. Yeah.
Women silently nodding at
And
that
girls,
tip.
you guys are all in that. That's a big woman movie.
It's so important to them.
ScarJo.
And I bet it is on that tab that we are not going to click. But I just wanted to mention that it is one of the top films.
Want to read a bunch of Quora questions?
Oh, God, yes.
Okay.
Please get off of my computer at large.
Okay, well, this first segment is our incel questions, the Quoker. So slam that, speaking of anime.
Sound effects may be kind of quiet, but it's Naruto. You like that? Incel test.
Okay. This is so Quora notably has a bunch of like sub-Quoras, and this is on advanced street survival. So
You guys got the right guess for tonight.
right. That's right.
We found the toughest guy we could.
I do think
I
you'll
grew up
like
in a little
this.
neighborhood called the Upper West Side. A little place, West Side Story took place.
Couple
Respectful
class.
snaps in the front row.
Well, Jets and the Sharks. This is how we fought growing up on the mean streets of Upper Manhattan.
Well, you'll like this question. It is, does anyone want to talk about back when you could fight in the street and everybody had a good time?
I do. I want to talk about it. They won't let me talk about it. Okay, the load-bearing part of this sentence is everybody had a good time. So let's start there. I think it's implying like Outsiders-style doo-wop fight.
Yeah, nobody was bummed out to lose a fight back then. Nowadays, you really get your ass beat.
Yeah, you get stabbed and over at the soda fountain, you just gotta laugh it off.
This guy, Jack Womack, we're going to read everybody's full names on here, by the way. Jack says, I remember those days. You win, you may lose, but you might even end up being great friends with one of those enemies. And he's a junior assistant to the assistant of Burger Chef, which is a pretty good job.
I like Trisha. Fighting in the street will never be legal. Not with that attitude, Trisha.
Shut up, Trisha.
Boo! This is women giving advice to men. Boo!
Oh no!
Oh God!
All right, everybody calm down. This is the danger.
Well, see, I like tranquilizer darts. See, this is one of the illegal items that kids bring to fights now. They're tranking people with blowguns instead of just hitting them in the face with a bike chain like,
That's right.
we used to do.
Like in the good old days.
Yeah.
Well, Trisha, you live in Denver, Colorado. Thanks for, writing in. I feel bad that it was immediately fucked up on her profile.
Yeah, this podcast as a concept is the least live show safe
That's
idea
right.
there has maybe ever been.
Yeah.
And I'm committed to the rest of my life with it.
This guy says that he would fight a lot as a bouncer, and then he works security at government.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. Ken Lucas, surely his account will be good.
Does bouncing
Never
count
argue
as...
with a fool, he says. And he's also from Denver.
Shout out, Denver. Does bouncing count as street fighting?
Bouncing?
It's your job. You're at work.
Yeah, you can't
That's
get
why he
paid
says
for
he
it.
doesn't enjoy it.
He also wants to know if Kamala Harris is an international grandmaster in fellatio.
User Montel Williams, highest voted reply.
Few people know that oral sex has the same ranking system as chess.
Yeah, that's right. There is the ELO system.
Wait a second. Okay, I'm sorry. Was Jip Rossetti of Boardwalk Empire fame disrespected by his wife and mother-in-law? Has there ever been a real tough guy who was disrespected at home? I got news for you. All of them. All of them. That's why they're fighting in the street.
No answer yet. We're
Wow.
unconclusive on that.
The way Scorsese ruined Rossetti. I think that's all the answers on this question, although there are more on another version of it.
Okay, so when you click on this, it will bring you to answers that need improvement, which if
That's
you
right.
thought this was risky before, this may just be a penis. Let's find out.
No, there's no more. That's the only one.
Okay, fine. That guy's eating money. That's not related.
There's one more. This guy Rick says, "What in the world are you talking about? When did everybody ever have a good time fighting in the street?" He says, "Playing in the street may be a good time for some or all. Fighting in the street may be a good time for some, but not all."
Flawless victory.
So that's fun.
He's got a good point there. I think we're all on the same page.
Okay, you
And
want to
I've been punched in the face on the street a couple times,
Yeah?
but it never evolved into a fight. And I gotta say, the experience wasn't fun. But maybe if I had, maybe if it had evolved into a brawl,
Yeah.
it would have been a good time, and I'd still be friends with those guys who attacked me.
Yeah.
To this day.
You got to get one back for everybody to have fun.
Most podcasts are formed from a brawl. That's where most people meet their co-host.
That's where four men meet.
Okay, I'm going to read another question here.
Please.
This next question is, whenever I think of killing someone, I start laughing, and I feel energetic and happy. Is this normal? I imagine how I would want to kill someone, and it makes me feel really good. How do I stop this so I don't do anything dumb?
The first step is identifying it.
Is this normal?
And the second step is going to Quora.
Okay. I would say, of course, it's normal to fantasize about killing people, and also how you would like to kill them. It's not so normal to think that will lead to something. It's like, if I keep looking at the cop's gun, am I going to grab it? It's just like, no. Your thoughts have control over your actions.
We're all looking.
Yeah.
It makes us feel really good.
But, I don't know. It sort of depends on, look, there's a difference between fantasizing about killing someone who's directly in your life and then, someone you see on TV. I'm like, oh, it's the CEO of a major pharmaceutical or insurance company. And I'm like, It's Secretary of State Anthony Blinken. This is a comedy show, by the way. Everything I'm saying here is a joke, a parody. Satire.
It's just Quora.
Every time Anthony Blinken comes on the screen.
I am not a psychiatrist.
But I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you. He says, I indulge in these fantasies now and then, but I do try to limit it. I do fear I'm going to start losing empathy for innocent people. As an aside, I had a very normal childhood. So that's good to know.
This guy sounds like he nailed it. Also, Jeremy, can I just say how good you are at condensing what must be 600 words into their salient points?
2 years of Quora podcasts.
He's the best, people.
I would say a way to prevent your soul from being warped by constant fantasies about murder and torture is for every one time you do that, fantasize about someone you'd like to I don't know, go to a movie with,
Sure.
go to the ball game, eat a nice meal with, or do something nice for them rather than kill or torture them.
I have a friend who struggles with this. His name is Alan Quora. And what he does is he locks his penis in a small cage. And that helps
Sometimes
him come.
monsters must be kept away.
I have the same, don't worry. That's great.
I am a murderer in my mind. Yeah. Aren't we all?
That's from Thor's. Okay.
All right.
People owing about? Oh, I'm sorry, they have autism and you're offended by that? Did I misread something? Is something bad on here? No, it's just a lot
It's
of
all the
things about-
personality disorders they have, and then the next thing that I can't stop fantasizing about decapitating someone's head off with a big machete, and I enjoy the thought as well. Is there something wrong with me?
And then they say, no.
Honestly, same.
I mean, that's the thing about like your imagination is that like it's free. You can do whatever you want there. You can do anything you want.
This is maybe my favorite like design choice that Quora makes, but when you go to these profiles and you see their list of I'm thinking about killing people questions, you get to go to their nose about.
Top 2, killing and mental health.
One answer on Zodiac Killer. Could read more.
I like parentheses. serial killer.
Consequences. Consequences.
And to be clear, English, not the people, the language.
The language.
Fear not.
Typical Virgo behavior. This account.
Trying to see if there's anything else worth reading on this. Twinning, someone says. In response.
Their expertise is I'm going to kill my enemies and record the audio help.
Great. Great. Thank
Okay.
you, Venus. Should we leave this question?
Yeah, that's its.
I think everyone's upset about it. All right, let's go to something a little more chill. This question had a bunch of fun answers on it. It was, how can I know if I'm a porn addict?
Oh.
Hit that tips for men button, Alex.
We're still on tips for men. Thanks, men.
All right, this guy says, Rahul says he's been an addict. Not anymore. He says, if you're always looking for alone time so you can watch porn, you are an addict. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter how many gigabytes of porn collection you have. I had 10 gigabytes of porn collection. My friends did as well. They were not porn addicts, but I was.
Interjection, with the size of videos these days, that's only like a few hours of porn, very moderate.
It's a regular amount if you got like the 4K shit.
You could fit a ton of those on a hard drive.
Yeah, I kind of want to ask, like, what's the quality we're looking at here?
We'll get to that.
So he's saying,
Don't mind Jeff. By the way, he's just going to do this. We're going to cut past this in the video.
so to be clear, the answer here is it's not the size or scope of your pornography collection.
That's right.
It's how much you need to like get away from other people to avail yourself of the benefits of
Yes.
owning said collection. But like, what if you live with roommates or something? You know, like
Yeah.
I mean, of course you want time to have a wank. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you live alone, you're like never looking. You know, you can just wake up and jerk off whenever you want.
And it's not an addiction.
Yeah. So I just like I don't know how to answer this question because I think the
Yeah.
sort of the rubric for determining whether this is an addiction or not is flawed.
Agreed.
Just from this guy specifically,
Yeah.
who says that it doesn't matter how much you have, it's how much you watch it. Mm-hmm. He says, if you're always looking for excuses to why you don't want to go out with your family or friends so that you can watch porn, my dear friend, you are addicted. I think I actually agree with just that part
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
As long as you have a designated room, it's not an addiction.
If you're one of those, you know that guy who can like look at like 1 second of Google Maps and be like Estonia. If you're like that, but you can name any porn performer, the scene they're in, the sex act taking place.
Yeah.
You might have a problem.
This porn star is black and white, upside down, pixelated. Kinky thoughts all day long is what his bio says. Sexual thoughts come to me as naturally as breath. I don't think you are done with being addicted to porn, Rahul.
He can control it. He can use it.
He's like an X-Man.
This is Wolverine. His bones grow back. This is Rahul. He sees his family still.
He's an aspiring erotica writer, so maybe he is.
Wait, is it,
using it.
how open are you to swapping? Does the idea excite you? Is this like I thought this was just for the public. I'm not his wife. Or is he hoping that his wife will reply anonymously?
She can have an account.
This is just out there to Quora. So this is just anyone can answer. We can answer. Alex can answer. I'm on his account, so he could answer. I could
That's why
say,
we
like,
changed my name, for the record.
Yeah,
Really?
you
The
just
joke
say
of
yes.
knowing my full name every time we would mess with them on the show.
See, that's easy to do.
I'm going to get emails about this.
That's Rahul's question.
Also, I feel like every time we end up in this one section of the website, we should
Sure.
point out this is the main function of Quora.
Perverts, you mean?
It's for erotica writers to kind of get good.
Yeah.
And
You
we're
mean-
laughing at it. Like it's something to joke about.
This is their training ground. He knows about erections.
It's their hyperbolic time chamber.
He also knows about NoFap, but it's very low down. I do not think he has mastered that.
Doesn't know enough. It knows a lot about pregnancy, so respect.
I wanted to go back to this question here, but oh, here it is. I like this guy who says, do you have an angry wife? Do you talk to religious figures like pedophile priests and/or pastors? Are you a religious figure? Are you seeking an scapegoat for your actual problems? If you answered yes to any of these, you might be a porn addict. Porn addiction is found in people mostly with religious backgrounds and/or angry wives.
Got the rolling pin alert.
Stop jacking off!
God, don't you see? You drive me to it.
Tips for women: let me frickin' wank it. I think he's anti the idea of porn addiction, though. He says, if this sounds like you too can be a porn addict. Just raise your hand and say, I want to blame my problems on a made-up addiction, porn addiction, and you too can join our ranks. Shouts out, upvote for you. Sir, who wrote the author of some BDSM thing?
Downvote him. He's belittling the problem.
All right, fine.
It's a real problem. It's not just an scapegoat.
This woman says, do you fear if someone types P in your browser? That's a good question. Do you fear someone will open your laptop up in front of a bunch of people and see that it says Dragon Ball Z full movie in the bookmarks?
I was about to make fun of the P in browser thing, and I was like, this is too close to happening right now.
It is your computer. I'm not going to type P and see what comes up.
Never type P in there.
Does your computer have more than 30 gigabytes of porn? Again, we don't know
Low.
if that's good or bad.
Too
That could
low.
be anything. Yeah.
When it says, do you ever choose to watch porn over hanging out with friends and family? I mean, once again, I need to know about the friends and family.
That's right.
Some of them are just fucking boring or annoying, and I'd rather jack off than hang out with them.
You can hang out with your cool friends on
Yeah.
Pornhub.
I hate hanging out with my son instead of jacking off.
Beating that wood ain't the only thing your body is made for.
Shut up.
Go play some basketball.
Work hard, play hard. Have fun. All right, we've nailed this question.
Okay, you want to do another segment?
There's simply nothing more to know. What's next, Jeremy?
Our parenting segment, Quoranting.
Let's pull that one up.
That's enough.
That is the parenting sound.
These are questions for parents, by parents sometimes.
Is it weird when a father tells his daughter he's madly in love with her? All right,
Now
never
I'm
mind. I guess it's weird.
It's only going to get worse when we read it.
Guess I'll stop asking.
I think just to address the wording, the problem is madly. You can't be madly about it.
This question is submitted by head of the California Water Department, Noah Cross.
We can skip this one if we don't want to read the AI saying how bad this is.
The AI saying it's bad makes me want to give it a second thought.
I'll read one sentence here. I can't give an answer for that father and daughter situation. Here's my story about a mother and son.
Okay,
All right.
all right. You've lost the audience.
Goodbye, Quora.
We're moving on.
Okay, here's another parenting question. My 6-year-old son wants to hug me because he is sad. How do I politely tell him I'm not comfortable?
Cora, is it okay to madly not love your son?
Boundaries are the cornerstone of every relationship.
You
I don't know.
gotta teach boundaries.
It's
so
boundaries.
Now, Alex, you're gonna have a child soon.
That's right.
Do you think that you'll
Thank you, everyone.
hug your child?
Yeah, if they're not like annoying about it.
I like that the answer says not everyone is a hugger. Well, like most kids are. So if you have one, you should probably try to meet him halfway, even if you're not really a fan of physical affection.
I only hug people who know how to chew the correct number of times. That's my rule.
This is such a funny person to have an Antifa logo.
Fascism starts in the home, Jeremy.
My little 6-year-old fascist who wants his
I
hugs.
know. Actually, here's a good answer. Like instead of politely declining the affection of your child, when you hug them, you can do that one of those things where you hug them, but you also sort of like clap them on the back.
Sure.
That's what I
So
do.
you could you could hug them, but also just be like, letting you know this could go another way.
Do you feel how strong I am?
I'm hugging you, but I'm hitting you.
I'm like a whole adult.
Trying to see anything that's not just people being like, "What is wrong with you?"
Is there?
Please
it doesn't
get
look.
comfortable.
We got get a grip.
Get a grip,
Seems a bit harshly
sir
worded.
or ma'am. That is your child.
All right. If no one wants to play along, That's
okay,
fine.
fine. That's enough of that then.
it's all money
Hit
at the
the
end
that's
of the
enough
day.
button again. Nope.
All right.
Not even close.
The sounds are not labeled, and they never will be.
That's enough.
All right, there it is. Do you want to do religion questions? Forbidden fruit?
I want that more than anything I've ever wanted.
Okay.
This is the forbidden fruit.
Oh.
It's questions that push the Bible to the next level.
All right.
What do we got?
Did Jesus use the toilet before being crucified, or did he let it rip and poop all over the cross in front of a live audience with poo logs rolling down his leg as he hung in the noon sun?
The answer to that is yes, but it's only contained in the Gnostic Gospels. The Council of Nicaea, circa 400 AD, censored that from the what we now consider to be the New Testament.
I agree with that. Something very funny about referring to an execution crowd as a live audience.
Very similar to a podcast.
He's bombing out there. He's shit everywhere.
Hey, did you guys hear about the Messiah of Golgotha the other day? Yeah, they killed the Son of God. No, I'm talking he shit himself like crazy.
It was falling down the cross.
We're talking about poo logs rolling down his legs.
Jimmy Clary says, "Don't you think he's suffered enough?"
Let him go. It's a massacre.
I feel like this is like one of those things you hear when you're a kid. Like, hey, did you know that if you die, you shit yourself? Or if you get shot, you shit yourself. And it's just one of those things that, like, I assume is probably true, but it's haunted me ever since then. Not so much the thought of being shot, but the thought of shitting my pants
Yeah.
in addition to that.
Yeah.
Or like being crucified and also evacuating my bowels.
It would suck to
That would
shit
suck.
yourself.
I would just say, I'm going to go on a limb here and just say, not a fan of that. No thanks, not for me.
Now, Will, we have a live audience here, and we do have a cross.
And we're putting Will on the cross tonight.
It is accomplished.
These Bernie bros.
Father, take this cup from my lips. Actually, if I could get a cup of beer on stage, is that possible?
Yeah,
All right.
I think so.
Anyway, we are going to crucify you on a cross.
I mean, can I get a beer
It's
first?
only
That's all.
Beer and then torture and murder.
His final meal.
I want to make sure at least I piss myself as my lungs collapse over the next 3 days.
Look at his poo log.
Anonymous says, from what limited knowledge of executions I have, I'm led to believe pooping upon execution is a normal bodily function. Now, whether he defecated prior to his death, I do not know. I do have a strong suspicion that buckets were not such a handy thing at the time.
What are you talking? It was the Roman Empire. Of course they had fucking buckets. How do you think they built the Colosseum with no buckets?
Yeah.
Could approach a river and make a bridge in an hour, but buckets were not doable.
So this guy says, who knows, I guess.
This was actually the event that caused them to invent the bucket. They were like, these logs are everywhere in the noon sun.
I like this guy's answer. He says, he probably was given a bathroom break before the crucifixion. The Romans were a noble people, and nothing if not gracious and accommodating.
Wait. So right before they whipped the flesh off this back, they were like, "Hey, buddy, just if you need to use the bathroom, it's gonna be a while until you can stop again." So
we're not animals.
It's like your parents before you go on a long car ride. They're like, "I swear to God, if you don't pee before this crucifixion." Thank you. Thank you.
We're beard up.
I just like this guy that he's a Roman defender.
The Praetorian has logged on.
They were a noble, classy people, and who just sometimes happened to crucify hundreds of people at one time.
King of the Jews.
What was that voice?
It's Donald Trump, but he's also being crucified.
Okay, sure. I like that this guy says, the fact that you asked this question shows that you're as ignorant as you are stupid.
Come on.
Wow.
Boo this man.
It says, I suggest you read history of the. I suggest you read about the history of the first century lives. Oh wait, do you even know how to read? Wait a second, like people shat in the first century AD. I don't. Wait, read up on the history of how shitting works throughout history.
I guess just if anyone's confused, shitting the whole time. The whole time they're shitting.
I think so. I think that's right.
All the way back to the fish with legs.
This guy's so angry in all of his things. So many capital letters and everything. No one likes when I click on anyone's profile here.
So this guy's a big religion fan.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
He loves this stuff. He knows about faith. He knows about U.S. Army. He lives in Arizona. He
What else is
graduated
there
in
to know?
2012.
Chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear specialist. How do you know you're experiencing a false moral dilemma? That's what logistics and supply chain management's for.
Oh my God. This man has killed someone. And he's smiling about it.
Well, at least he knows all about the Jesus poop thing.
Let's read another one of these questions. This next question is, why did God allow my enemies to trick and take advantage of me?
I am saying this all the time.
That is so rude of God.
There is for sure going to be religious scholars with
Wait a
like
second,
5,000 word answers.
Go back for a second.
Yes.
I'm currently in that situation too. I mean, like if you believe in God, the answer to this question is fairly self-evident.
Yes.
It's because you suck and he's punishing you.
Yeah.
Other people are better than you. You've offended him in some way,
You
and
have
he's
to
gonna
assume.
he's letting you know about it.
If your life is going poorly and you believe in God, you have to assume that he's punishing you.
Yeah.
Oh, he may just be punishing you because you like him so much, too. He's crazy.
That's right. We just see an answer from Job.
This happened to me once.
Yeah, it sucks, dude. I've been there.
I gotta say though, I love the religion questions on Quora. I love the religious corner of Quora more than anything because, like I said, these existential questions that have plagued humanity, there are answers, and there are people who are figuring it out on Quora.
These are the scholars.
Does God exist? What does he want from us? How do I live in sort of with God and have him in my heart? Just stop jacking off.
I have 10
Perhaps the
gigabytes of Bible on my computer.
Bro, you'd have so many Bibles with a gigabyte
This
of Bible.
this atheist guy is mad about it. He says, perhaps to teach you a lesson, more likely because there is no God.
Come on.
Checkmate.
Like, who is going to be...
That's just one of the enemies at that point. No, they found my Quora. No. They're tainting my advice.
There's only one almighty power in our lives, you. Well, I mean, but this guy's life sucks. So I mean,
Yeah.
everyone else around him is prospering, and he's not.
I wanted to see what this guy. This is how you have to. Oh, it's anonymous. To find the question asker on Quora, you have to scroll through every answer. It's the worst fucking website. And apparently, his original question was, "Why did God allow my enemies to trick me?" And then
You should
he was
ask,
like,
why did God make me stupid to begin with?
He thought that wasn't good enough. He concluded, "And to take advantage of me."
Let me clarify, by taking advantage of it. It wasn't just like falling into a trap.
No one agrees with him. They don't think it's God's fault.
No, it totally is.
Maybe God
totally
didn't.
did.
Maybe you allowed it. Maybe you failed to understand that these were enemies and you thought they were friends. Wow.
Listen to faithful victims. Listen to these poor men with enemies.
Yeah, people are very mad at this guy. These are the answers that need improvement on Quora. And
I like
someone-
that the answers are evenly divided between like true believers and atheists.
Yeah.
Who are both just shitting all over this guy.
No one likes him. These are all his enemies. He's just posting on Quora getting fucking dunked on.
Everybody's got a different advice for him to learn. Don't you think so?
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Thank you for saying that. We've got a few more here. Do you want to do Forbidden Knowledge, Alex?
Yes, please.
The unknown. Forbidden Knowledge is a real segment of Quora. These are not on Forbidden Knowledge, but there is a section of Quora that is for not stuff you're supposed to know about. So this question is, are you disgusted by telepathy?
So these are people who see like a floating pencil and they're like, oh.
Well, that's telekinesis,
Okay.
right?
Here's a question I want to ask on Quora. What are the security weaknesses in the White House protocol for the president's daily their daily routine? Are there any weaknesses that can be exploited by, potential ne'er-do-well or anyone who wishes him well?
When I was looking stuff up today, I found a guy who just kept asking about the Trump shooting, the assassination attempt. And it to me was clear that he was like, if someone were to try this on Kamala, what would happen? He asked like every community. So
Really?
I mean, like, didn't they see what happened to the other guy?
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
They ran a test case for this. What happens if you take a
Right.
shot at a president?
But Trump is strong.
Yeah.
Kamala might not be able to do that. This guy's a big Trump guy.
You need people to back you up.
Anyway, Alex,
You need to make a mind fence.
I think floating stuff is telekinesis, right?
That's correct.
Telepathy
So
is
this
like
is purely like if I'm looking
thoughts.
at you and I'm finding what you have bookmarked on your Google Chrome.
sure.
And I'm putting it on the
You
screen.
know what? I am disgusted by that. That does disgust me.
It's too bad because I'm already in there. Reading it all.
What you got? What you got on my bookmarks?
Best film.
It's
Tell
the
me
same
it's
as
not
yours.
there.
It's the same as yours. I've removed anime. That's it.
You love film. Admit it. People in this thread seem to love telepathy, so I
Okay,
don't
sure.
know.
Disgusted by telepathy? Telepathy is a natural wireless transmission system for communication. Cell phones are an artificial wireless transmission system, and I suppose some people may be disgusted by cell phones. And sometimes the costs are disgusting depending on the plan. Why are you doing shtick?
We're all having fun here.
Some are cheap. But telepathy has no monetary sign on it. The last what? The cast rhyme I checked, free was and still is better than cheap.
The
don't
word
know.
is money-ary.
So this guy keeps going on. It doesn't make any sense. And at the very end, he goes, I hope this helps to clear up any confusion.
Wait, I like the previously, at the end of the bottom paragraph. Consider laughter. It has a sound, but it resonates with great substance. But its force is invisible and even infectious. Few people are immune to it, and everyone is affected by it. Interesting. So in a way, like if you can speak on stage and make someone laugh,
Yeah.
that's in a way you're doing telepathy, which is disgusting.
I
I
actually
fucking
kind of
hate
agree
it.
with that.
Every stand-up documentary I've seen has said that.
And I think you have a bookmark here, best stand-up documentaries.
They're kind of magicians in a way. The way they tell the truth. That disgusts some people.
This guy just says, no, I don't hate telepathy. I don't believe that telepathy exists.
Huh.
All right, yeah, cool,
right.
I guess. Fuck you, asshole. All right, shut up.
Controversial. Nobody wants to hear that.
I don't like when people disrespect the question like that. Jonathan, who lives in New York and might be here. Lives in New York City.
I did hear a boo. That might have been. Consult a doctor. That's a good answer.
Sure, yeah.
Sure.
That's great.
So there's another question there is asked, what is sexual telepathy and how does it work?
All right, well, we have to know.
Who wants to learn something tonight?
This is my first and so far only experience with sexual telepathy.
Let's go!
My lover S was a beautiful, petite, extremely horny, and more than a little crazy, in a nice way. We'd been together for a month or two. One day she told me she wanted to get high and make love, which she'd never done. So the next time we got together, we did. It was mind-blowing. Where's the telepathy?
It was like there was a magical spell. Is that the telepathy?
Yeah, but that was just the MDMA.
He says, it was as if we had one body and one mind with two parts. We literally swapped bodies with each other as we made love.
Whoa!
So you kind of fucked yourself, Ewan.
Pause.
Pause.
She spoke silently about what to do, where to touch, and what the rhythms were to be to bring her the greatest joy. Should I keep reading this?
Before I have sex, I do like to ask what the rhythms are to be.
I'm going to skip down to the bottom where he says, I have friends who can do this at will. What a wonderful life they have. What can you say about rapture?
This is why it's so important to keep a tight circle. Respect to that guy, though, honestly.
Guy with the Confederate flag.
Hell yeah.
He says,
Let's go.
sexual telepathy in its true form is being able to communicate carnal desires to another person without the use of devices such as internet or the phone.
Okay. I actually disagree with that, Patrick. What the fuck are you talking about?
Sexual telepathy was invented by General Lee at Antietam.
What is on the picture? Oh, I don't know.
This could get so out of hand.
He likes Belle Delphine.
Professor of Human Sexuality and Sciences at Hazard County University.
I'm not going to scroll. But for those who don't know, this is the gamer girl bathwater girl.
Oh.
She went in a bath and she sold the water to perverts like Patrick, whose full name is on display in this video that will go on YouTube.
Okay.
He went to Hazard County University in Idaho.
Cool. He actually runs the history department over there.
I really like this sentence. Women can also communicate with men through this method as well as body language. Anyway, he's a very horny man. One of my dead friends told me of his experience with psychic sex. Very weird way to describe a friend.
Did he tell you with a Ouija board? He's like, I'm up here in heaven right now. You won't believe the trim I'm getting up here.
You got the board out with your friends and just keep spelling bro.
Oh.
Dude, bro. Dude.
Yeah, I met Amelia Earhart last night. It's like her body was talking to me, bro.
I felt like I was lost.
Wait. This guy says that he just jacked off and thinks that he got someone pregnant from it.
Whoa! With great power.
I teleported the load.
That is the implication.
Yeah. Says it started with masturbation and visualization of his partners, which led eventually to his partners confronting him in person. He stopped this practice after he realized the damage he had caused. I think he said he had conceived children in this manner. Jesus and the virgin birth?
So his friend was just God? What?
Horny God.
It's a good friend.
That
to
is
have.
how Jesus was born. God just jacked off thinking about Mary.
I've held it in a long time.
What a power to have. And it killed him. He died from that.
Oh, damn. R.I.P.
I hate when people say this is twin
Your swag
flame,
too different.
People have so many stories about this. Sexual telepathy is a real thing. It has to do with strangers and often happens when they are away from home.
Like they're just describing like chemistry and having a good sexual experience. Like
Yeah.
it's fucking.
Yeah.
It's a telepathic
Like they've just phase shifted into another reality or something.
He says, it's happened to me, it's happened to other males, females, straight, gay, lesbian. In a number of instances, they would even know what their
Sorry,
name was.
bisexuals.
Yeah. Well. Erasure once again.
The thing about telepathy is you have to pick a team. I don't make the rules.
This guy is a mechanical engineer. Good for him.
Retired.
He is retired.
He's
Look, you can
nutting
see a picture
full-time.
of him. Let's see this guy's face.
Zoom. Enhance.
This is Ken.
That's Ken, everybody. He's doing it right now.
Wait a second. Something just entered me. I want to see his questions. I'm trying to contact you, but you got everything blocked? His first question is, my goodness, aren't you a pretty thing? Just commenting.
All right. It's the questions website.
The amount of perverts on this fucking website. He knows about COVID pandemic. That's awesome. What a strange thing. Time travel explained. How they lied to you about masks.
A side effect of astral projection is losing your sense of smell.
That's such a funny combination of things to care about. Good for you, Ken. Any other fun ones on here? There's so many good answers. Okay, you were going to sleep and the neighbors use or put a voice of a woman speak or a human talking about sex, reading your mind or thoughts, keeping talking about fuck me, chingar. Then they wake you up after 2 hours to telling via voice if he came, yes, not, hey, you need to masturbate via voice. How long has he been without masturbate? Then you need another Xanax. Okay, thanks, said Gardo.
All right, cool. And then he comments on his own thing to say, I don't lie. I don't know where the downvotes are coming from.
You literally said, so the truth is bad?
I like Lisa, who says a person is being molested by a hideous spirit is what is happening and how it works.
No!
If anyone
Lisa.
is anyone having this problem, they need to deal with it.
You're ruining a beautiful thing, Lisa.
I don't know what Lisa
Knows about Christianity, schizophrenia, Islam, and hearing voices.
I don't even know what that means. I can't interpret that in any sort of logical pattern.
That's pretty much the 4 things to know about.
She's got a lot of answers about gins. I know that.
Okay.
So we've made a lot of clips going on Chlora from the show, and I think the ones that have made people the most mad by far
Sure.
have been trying to talk about gins.
Yeah, it's right.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
They do not like it. You're not supposed to mention them, and people get pissed when you get the lore wrong.
It's true. I also like that she has all this stuff about like gins and schizophrenia and religion, and then she answers, how can you get rid of your electric company's smart meter? And she's like, all right, well, I'm still gonna help you out. Like, I'm not, these gadgets are so annoying.
I'm not a gin.
I won't trick you. Should we read another question here?
Yeah, we're on a schedule here, baby. Come on.
Okay, this next question is, what if Ron Weasley was a total beefcake?
Okay.
Alex insisted this question be in this.
I
said, I don't really have much to say about Harry Potter, and Alex said, we're putting it in.
No.
He's got like a whole act out he's gonna do.
No, but think about it, because the whole time he'd be like, what's up? He'd be like, is that a snake?
You gotta do it in a British accent. It's
Yeah, you live on the stairs. What's up?
all right.
This bloke's got no nose.
This is no answers. No one has answered it.
I have an answer. What if Ron Weasley was a total beefcake? I mean, you don't have to wonder. He'd kind of look like Carrot Top does now.
No. Which we can agree, great.
There are two hidden answers here. One says petition for a rewrite. The other says, what makes you think he's not a total beefcake?
They're hiding this.
And then she
I
says,
don't want you to know.
though I prefer thinking him lanky, sinewy, willowy, because I like gangly men better. Doesn't seem very
Well,
nice. This
good
is
thing
from
it's a fucking book.
this is from John Lewis.
Former congressman.
Yeah.
His mailbox is full. You're like calling in a petition, and he's just like, "Can Bran Stark be trusted?" What did the Raven know?
I would not be surprised if a lot of politicians are hanging out on Quora.
It's where they get all their knowledge.
How would Andrew Jackson feel towards Donald Trump? My guess is he'd probably like him.
Yeah.
You'd be like, "You're old hickory now." That's
New Hickory.
you the man. Okay.
I like this guy's account. I think it's cool.
I'm glad we put it in.
Okay, let's go to our final segment, Quora MD.
Yes, please. Ooh, am I gonna get the sound right?
Nope. That's a tiger.
It's Quora MD. Won't you learn about the hospital and such?
This is a medical question. So if anyone needs to go to the doctor, maybe you might have the same issue. I know this sounds strange, but I just ejaculated and I was curious, so I tasted my own semen and it tasted good. Am I gay? And is it harmful? Is it harmful if I swallow it?
You might get pregnant.
I had a friend in high school who did this and tried to convince me I was weird for not. He's like, "You haven't tried your own cum yet, weirdo?"
Well, the answer, it's not harmful if swallowed.
That's true.
So it does make you a little weird not to try it. The "am I gay" and "is it harmful" as the same sentence are so powerful.
This guy says it's not. Tasting your own cum is definitely not harmful.
For
and
sure.
I've certainly never heard that it has changed a person's sexuality in any way, regardless of orientation. Exploring your body is a very thrilling and importantly personal experience that a lot of people brush over. They're mad about it. This guy's pissed off. To simply brush one action as gay is a big simplification.
Someone tell this guy about the pineapple asparagus dichotomy. He could be creating different meals for himself. Do a little taste test.
There are a lot of science applications to this technology.
Yeah, there's experiments to be done.
Mm-hmm.
This guy answered so much. It just keeps going.
I'm trying to think like how it could be harmful. Like you put it in there and it just glue traps your mouth shut.
It's like
Wait a minute.
it's like what Agent Smith does to Neo in the Matrix.
Like the Matrix mouth shut.
Yeah.
I never should have drank my cum. The phone's ringing, Neo.
You take
Stop
this,
drinking
if you
your
take
cum.
If you take this pill, the rabbit hole ends.
I like the implication.
And then it's like
only
it's not a pill.
yours.
It's just a load.
It's just a bunch of cum.
It's just a bunch of cum in his hand.
The blue
doesn't
pill
look like a
for
pill.
my semen.
I'm sorry, this one is not a pill.
If the Wachowskis had done that, like our whole culture would have shifted, and now like to fight wokeness, we would have to just take the cum pill. Everyone.
Stop brushing over it. Take the pill.
I really like this guy. He's really into eating his own cum. He says, any newbie reading this, if you're curious and want to know, and he like has all this advice. And he does say he is gay. So I kind of feel like maybe that's what happened, right?
That's true.
I mean, how can he definitively say that is not what turned him there?
In the
Right?
science field, we call this a tainted operator.
That's right.
That's
I know the taste is not some sweet delicacy.
There's just more info on here than was in the question. It's not necessary.
This guy says, let me be honest with you.
Wait.
I tried for many years to eat my own cum, but when I came, I lost the urge. That is, until 9 months ago. I don't know why, but ever since I tried it, I really like the taste of it. I used to think I was gay too until I did a little research on it and came up with these 2 articles.
They're hyperlinked, but it's not blue. That's
So
kinda
these are the
interesting.
benefits of semen.
Okay.
And he says, according to these articles, yes, it does help? Question mark. Ever since I tried it,
With
to be
what?
perfectly
It helps
honest.
with what?
With what?
Health?
It helps
Did
with
you
not
hunger?
trying it.
Knows about mental health.
It's like hardtack. You can try someone a long journey.
It's like he says, to be perfectly honest with you, I can't get enough of it. Hopefully this helps.
This is the kind of honest answer that brings us all together as a community.
Thank you, Jimmy Crimstew. And then there's an answer here that says, I love cum. And that guy
they're
has the
happy?
Punisher logo.
Is the Punisher. Live from Sin City. It's the Cum Punisher.
He shoots you with the fucking cum gun.
Do we
awesome.
want to do one more?
Sure. You don't want to read this guy's thing that says, I don't think there's anything wrong with eating my cum?
I'm just still stuck on the cum Punisher, where he like punishes random street criminals. Yes. Like, I want your cum, buddy.
Well, he has to do that because they killed his wife.
Right. And they're all into BDSM, so they're being punished. And they're the ones coming.
You want to
Okay.
go on Ron's? You want to
What's
visit
that?
Ron?
What about Ron? You want to read about Ron? Ron says, I don't think there's anything wrong with eating my own cum.
Uh-huh.
I actually like the taste of it
Okay,
and the
same.
feel of it on my tongue. All right?
You're
Make sure you
among
do this right
friends.
away so it's still hot and thick. Oh, fuck, he says. That's what he says next. Oh, fuck! As if he realized he's on Quora. All right, well, that's that guy.
I like quotation marks would really help that one.
For squirting orgasm, we both share it too. I don't even want to know the like how many forums on Quora are dedicated to is squirt pee or not.
Oh, my God.
It's probably 90% of the website at this point.
I feel like what you're asking may be too intellectual. They have not gotten there yet.
They like it all.
They're on Will Come Hurt Me still.
Didn't we have a clip about is squirt pee and like a lot of people got mad at us for picking a side? I don't
Right.
remember which one it was.
It's a hot topic.
Okay, let's read the last question. The last
The answer
one
is it's not pee.
kind of pee. I don't want to offend anyone. This last question is, does someone with bloodlust have control of themselves? Or do they need to fulfill that thirst?
Flawless victory.
They gotta fulfill it, I wanna say right now. Hands down, all on fulfill. And they drink it too. Have you seen this?
Wait, what?
Bloodlust?
Wait, they drink what?
The blood! They can't get enough of the
Who
stuff.
are these people? Who drink the blood?
Buddy, it's in me! You can't have it! Okay. Is this in like the fighting space or something, or this is just like a
No,
medical?
this is just general.
This is for doctors.
Yeah, this is still in the medical area.
Okay, cool.
This guy says, Mr. Ears, who lives in Southern California,
Mr. Ears.
says, it is good to realize that we all, bolded, think, say, and do what we prefer moment by moment.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Not when I'm stricken with bloodlust or berserker rage.
What is
I'm
this
not thinking.
riddle, Mr. Ears?
Mr. Ears, what is your game?
So when you say they have control, you assume they prefer to have control. I have control on this keyboard, but I can prefer to type whatever I prefer to do so. Shut the fuck up, dude.
Could you respect Mr. Ears?
Here it is. He has an MS in philosophy. Fuck you, Mr.
Okay, my
Ears.
bloodlust is rising right now. Fuck this guy.
Mr. Ears, you are dead to me. All right, let's move past this ad for cats.
By the way, if you're listening to the show at home, check out Cats. They're a ball of yarn.
I co-signed that.
Michael says, with evil, you have traction, can make compromises. You can negotiate with evil.
Wrong.
Dead wrong.
Evil lies in the frontal cortex. Reason instructed by the hippocampus, memory. I'm sure I said that way wrong.
You nailed it,
Stupidity
man.
will bludgeon your head to mush and think it is doing the right thing. None of these are even close to the question, right?
No one is typing with bloodlust.
The 1989 movie The Iron Triangle with Beau Bridges answers your question best.
Okay.
Will?
That is a movie. I like to think of myself as something of a movie expert. I
Sure.
have never fucking heard of that. The Iron Triangle, starring Beau Bridges.
Set in context of Vietnam War.
All right, check it out. Jeremy's now
That's the
leaving
answer
Quora.
to. That's the answer to best film, by the way.
Wait a second, I typed in T and it said The Pornhub. This
No,
isn't
it
even a
did- no, it
fucking
didn't.
movie.
Well, search the Iron Triangle movie.
Yeah,
All right, so
okay.
now we're on like the Iron Triangle instrument.
Oh, there it is.
You hit it and it goes ting.
Running movie.
The Iron Triangle.
I don't know. Wow. This is not real.
Come on.
Mandela Effect, not a real movie.
Oh, that's Beau Bridges.
What is this? What is this?
Based on the
movie?
diary of an unknown Viet Cong soldier. All right, I'm watching this when I get home tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds good as hell.
It says that there's a gray view of what's good and evil.
Huh.
Sounds very interesting.
Control
All right.
F bloodlust. Search for bloodlust.
I can tell you there's nothing in there.
All right.
It's pretty
yeah.
short.
Short wiki. Well, that's why we're on Quora usually.
That's right. Quora's got all the answers.
Okay.
There's always an exception to the rule, but for the most part, they have no control. When someone has a problem, it has to be fulfilled one way or another. It would be similar to a person who's been driving for 20 years, and now they have to walk miles permanently instead of driving. It's pretty similar to that. That, situation we're all very familiar with.
It's good to end on a solemn note about bloodlust.
I like that. What is the gentlest dog breed? Is like interspersed between the question about can I control myself under bloodlust?
This website
Look,
sucks so
look, it's a little
bad.
dachshund. Look at that. That's nice.
Somebody who listens to our podcast recently was like, I really like the podcast, so I checked out Quora. It's not good on there. I was like, yeah. It's pretty bad.
That's what we've been telling you. I don't know how to make it any more clear.
But if you want to meet the 13 most gentle dog breeds, here you can.
This is for people who have Quora'd the word bloodlust. Targeted ad space.
Bloodlust is what you may be asking. Where is your purity? How did you lose it?
Yup.
And that is from our
Eating
good
cum.
friend, head of Christ, body of Christ, Spirit of God.
Okay.
I love all my children with all my heart. They're my inspiration, they're my success, they're my bundle of joy.
Jeremy, 15.5
Wait.
thousand answers.
Alex lives in London.
Okay.
Hit that button.
Very relevant. Anglo spotted.
Anglo spotted.
You can't get past me! I see your posts. All right.
I love this real quick. Do broken people find love when the world emoji, is correct? Yes.
Yes.
And that's in women's behavior. Why women do what they do.
I do want to go on women's behavior. Now, interesting background picture choice for the women's behavior. Big juicy brain.
Yeah, why did everyone groan at the braid?
Oh, the brain.
Is it wrong if you follow around a random girl you don't know because she is beautiful and without having any intentions at all besides admiring her?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Top answer. This is called stalking or menacing. Thank you for posting on women's behavior. Thank God you came here first.
Are there even single men here? Hi, yes, LOL if you want. Yes, James says, yes. And then he has a picture of himself.
And ladies, he's single.
That's very funny to me.
They said you
Can a
can't.
toxic relationship ever work?
I love womensbehavior.quora.com.
Oh, man.
What male body parts do women find most attractive? Eyes, shoulders, hands, tush. I'm 57 with unusual life experiences.
Dive deeper.
That's such a funny bio to have. All right.
What else do you need to know?
Do you want to read any more bloodlust stuff?
I think we got to get to this movie, man.
Okay, yes. It all depends on how obsessed with that desire they are. That's the end. That's the end of the podcast.
In the end, bloodlust is about the friends you made along the way. Thank you so much for coming out to Quorators Live. We've had a hell of a time quorating for you. One more time for Will Menaker, everybody. Be sure to check out our show online, and that's going to be it for us.
Before we do go, Alex and I and our friends, we made a little short film about Alex's addiction to card games. So we're going to play that. And it's about 10 minutes.
Yeah, we made a movie, so check that out.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool. We're going to play it. Bye.